So, greetings everyone. We are
The Aces.
So, before we start our talk today, I have a simple question to ask all of you here. What object am I holding in my hand?
A bottle.
That's right. So, under one condition, you cannot do any harm to this bottle. Can anyone here hold a drink can without opening it? You can, right? Imagine you are the drink inside this bottle. Then the cap is the only thing that's blocking you from the outside world. Don't you see you so small? Don't you urge to explore, to search, and to learn all about the wonders of the world? Then languages help you open your cap, just like a cap opener.
Languages release you from your own cage. Languages broaden your mind. Languages widen your knowledge. And through this talk today, we will show you how languages have opened our world. But first, let me ask you a question. What exactly is language? We use it every day, but not all of us truly understand its meanings and values. Language is a complex system of communication that belongs to only human beings and includes vocalization, hand gestures, and body language. With its basic mission and goal, language is created to share information, and therefore it acts as a great binder of people. Since ancient times, language has connected us together. When dinosaurs were still roaming the world, cavemen have found a way to communicate with each other. We have found a way to communicate with each other, and we have worked with each other. We survive, we adapt, we share, and therefore we evolve, we grow together through time. This shows that language can shape our destiny. It has the power to help us, surpass our boundaries and break our limits. So if you want to control and have influence over your future, you will need to be skillful in using languages.
As human grows wiser, we become more aware of the true power of languages. However, since the moment we realize what language can do, languages have been misused one way or another. Let me give you an example about this. In 1868, the war between Germany and France broke out just because a few words in the letter between two countries have been changed. As you can see, languages can result in tremendous consequences: death, loss, sorrow, and so on. But what we cannot deny is that anything that exists will always have two sides. Throughout history, language has proved itself to be a necessary and irreplaceable part of our everyday lives.
As you know, each nation has its own language, but the question is, why do we have to study English? English is the official language in a large number of countries, and it's estimated that 2 billion people are using it worldwide on a regular basis. To us, English is the key to our future and to yours. So VINH and I have a strong desire to become involved in the economy, and English is one of the dominant languages in the business field. Holding an English degree means increasing your statistic in the labor market and getting closer to the position that you dreamt of. And although you don't need a mastery in English to run a company, but it's a wise move to present yourself to the world, not only to seek foreign investment, but also to seek larger markets. And Han, who is interested in politics, understands how beneficial it will be for a country's development to have international connections. Moreover, most resources like documents and films are written in English, so it significantly provides access to the world of knowledge, expanding the learning of a man and a nation. The more languages you learn, the more heritage you have, the greater are your capabilities. So English is an easy language to learn that brings us so many advantages. That's why we chose English. And what about you?
Our dreams are interlinked with English. No kidding. If we hadn't got this close to English, we wouldn't have the courage to follow our dreams. English has successfully freed us from our own imprisonment, from our own cage of knowledge. It has lifted us to the future. So what about you? How has English freed you from being kept inside this little bottle for eternity? Thank you. That's our presentation.
Now you're thinking language is the borrowed path. What if the dream want to go back to the bottom?
Why would you want to go back to the bottom?
Because we always thinking about go out to the world and then learn new things, but then another fact is, you know, everyone thinking English is the bridge to go get out, but then how you go back to your own, you know, your own vibe, your own people, how, you know, how you go back?
She thinks that learning English is a new way to express yourself. It's like when you study or learn new things, gain new knowledge. But still, you have to know that you have to still keep things for yourself. Like, you have to be you, the old you. You just can't change yourself into a new person and then be proud of it. You have to be proud of what you have been, because that's where you start off first, right?
Okay, so I have a different question. You talked about the dinosaurs and the caveman, and at the beginning we were just, and then we got better and we got smarter. And so now we're making robots and computer programs that are very smart and they can talk to each other. Do you think we should be scared that soon robots and computers will become so smart and have their own language and be able to talk very quickly, and they will decide that we don't need humans anymore and we will have a war with the robots, and should we worry about the robots? Yeah, what do you think about robots?
I think that robots will actually think like that if we want them to think so. I mean, we are the ones who create the robots, right? So we're the only ones who have the ability to stop them, to make them, don't think like that, you're my slave, you have to do what I said. You can't just disobey my orders. Can't